Welcome to the Jesus Show. Not that one.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. This week is going to be a Jesusito episode, just because I want it to be. So, yeah, duh. Remember guys, rate, like, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at The Jesus Show NTO, Twitter at Jesus Show NTO, Facebook, The Jesus Show Not That One, TikTok at The Jesus Show Not That One, YouTube, type in The Jesus Show NTO or The Jesus Show Not That One, and email me your questions, comments, and concerns at thejesusshownto@gmail.com. Also, last week, I apologize. When I was editing, I noticed that I kept looking at my phone a lot because we were at my mom's house and it was a little different. I mean, I should always be prepared, but I definitely wasn't. Stop it. He likes to jump on me. But I wasn't necessarily prepared. Yeah, you see this? This is what he does. Yeah, I kept looking at my phone. I had my phone in hand, but this week I have it where it normally is when I'm in studio, and today I'm in the studio. Yeah, so we're having a baby. You know, it's one of those things where I always thought that I would never do. I told a lot of my girlfriends that I would never have a baby. I always said, no, I'm not going to have one. And there's a reason to it. Those people who know me pretty well, I think most of them, yeah, the people that know me pretty well, there's a reason why. I'm not going to get into it right now. Maybe one day I will. I think having a baby is changing my way of thinking. Because now I think to myself, I have a little human that I have to, think about and take care of. Yeah, it's kind of a heavy conversation, a heavy topic. Like I said, that I might get into someday. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I haven't decided that. I guess I'll cross that bridge when it comes. Also, real quick, the doors are open this week, so the boys keep coming in and out. So if you hear some noise around the house, it's because we're trying something out this week. So far, it's not that bad, right, producer? Yeah. That sounded really echoey when I turned my head like that.
Really?
Yeah, really bad. Anyways, we told my mom the day before the episode came out. We actually told her, we told her maybe an hour or two before the episode dropped.
Yeah.
So we were kind of really close. We were trying to get out there a lot sooner to tell my mom, because Allie's parents, they knew when you were what, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
8 weeks?
Yeah.
Was it 6 weeks?
6 weeks ago.
Yeah. They had known for a while, but they came out. Allie lured them in because we wanted to tell them, and because they live in Indiana, so they're slightly further than my mom. But we kept trying to go to my mom's house to tell her, but then we started, I think I've shared this before. When Allie's at work, I stay home with the dogs. When I go to work, Allie stays home with the dogs. So we have this rotating schedule. So it wasn't necessarily working. We didn't find days off. And then Allie started getting really sick. So I didn't want to put her in the car. And it's only a 3-hour drive, but still, it's shitty. I know I don't like to be, in a car or on the plane or anything when I'm feeling like shit. So we weren't able to go. We were finally able to go. And, we told my mom. And then the episode came out. And then now everybody knows. There was some people that knew close to us way before. But it was kind of hard to keep the secret. I mean, I think I'm a pretty good secret keeper. No, Allie says I'm not. I think I am, but she says I'm not. I wanted to tell you guys a long time ago. I wanted to be like, hey, guess what? But for all kinds of reasons, we had to wait until you were, 12 weeks, right? That's when they say it's
after
okay.
12 weeks is, out of the clear, kind of.
Yeah, you're out of the clear or you're in the clear?
In the clear.
There we go. You're in the clear. So yeah, now everybody knows. On the way back, luckily we were maybe 7 minutes from Barstow.
No.
Allie just started puking. I always have, I don't know if I've shared this with you guys. I always have poop bags in my pocket because we walk the dogs, obviously. But mostly I have them in my pocket because we're walking the boys, but then I forget that they're in my pocket. So usually, like, I've been hanging out with friends, and then I go, oh shit, I have poop bags. Okay, I got poop bags. But somebody told you, who told you?
I think I listened to it on a podcast.
Allie heard somewhere,
Yeah.
keep poop bags with you in case you have to throw up. So it's, serves as a barf bag. And sure enough,
It did well.
Allie, she had, you already had one, right? Oh, no.
Ready.
You had one ready?
We had one like in the council. It was like already open, remember?
Okay. But then I put another one ready to go just in case she either filled up the bag or started leaking or something. Ooh, that made me want to like...
Sorry, baby.
That's okay. I mean, I'm not... You're the one going through this shit, not me. So she started... She told me she was, which sometimes she'll say she needs to, but then she doesn't. No, this time she did. Like, I can hear the liquid, and I was like, oh. But then I pulled one out, another one, and I had it ready to go in the center console, just in case, again, she needed another one. And again, luckily for us... No, he's fine. Luckily for us, Barstow was, as she started throwing up, it was 7 minutes away. So okay, maybe don't.
Yeah,
sorry. We stopped, and then, she was able to, compose herself, use the restroom, got her some snacks, got her a Sprite. So that's some of the fun stuff that I'm dealing with, but I don't feel, like when I say I'm dealing with it, that I feel like it has bad connotations to it. Because it's, yes, I'm experiencing it with her, but I'm not experiencing what she feels. Mm-hmm. So I can only look at it and be like, fuck, that sucks. How can I help? Because I'm not feeling like shit every single day or almost every single day. So sometimes Allie will tell me, no, I'm sorry, I feel like shit or blah, 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 blah. And I go, you're growing the baby. You're fine. You are fine. I'm just standing around like this. So I've had plenty of time. I feel I've had plenty of time to process being a dad, or I'm going to be a dad. Like I said before, for the longest time, I told at least 2 serious girlfriends before Allie that I was like, I'm never fucking having kids. Mm-hmm. One of them, I believe, left me because she wanted to have kids. Mm-hmm. And soon after we broke up, we had 2 Great Danes together, and I would go over to walk them because she was working, and I was a soccer coach at the time, or an assistant soccer coach at the time, up in Susanville. I had time, so I would go walk them and hang out with them while she was at work. And I want to say, like, maybe a month after we broke up, on her table, there was like a fertility pamphlet or some shit. I can't remember. But I was like, what? And then soon after, somebody was like, oh yeah, she's pregnant. I was like, whoa, like, she wasn't fucking around. And good for her, like, she wanted kids, and she had them, which is good. And then the other one, I know she wanted kids because I think her brother had like 30 kids or something. Brother had a lot of kids.
30, huh?
I mean, I think it was maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't really remember. To me, it seemed like a fuck ton. I was like, oh, God. And I told her, like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. And when we broke up, it was different. She didn't have kids right away, but she but somebody told me that she has kids now. And same thing, like, good for her. And then going into it with Allie, I told you, I remember telling you, like, no, I'm not going to have kids.
Yeah.
I think towards, like, most recently, I was like, maybe, I don't know. But I don't know, I just never thought. Oh, and then when they told me, you know, when I went through my cancer shit, when they told me, like, oh, you're not going to be able to have kids. I thought, okay, cool, like, I won't. And then when Allie said she was pregnant, for a moment I thought, is this real?
I don't think we both wanted kids until after we took our break from each other. And then you came back to me.
Oh,
and you
yeah.
were like,
Allie broke up with me a while ago.
Jesse broke up with me a while ago.
So she
In
claims.
2018. And then when you came back to me.
Yeah, because I had to run through a lot of bitches.
You had.
I had to run through.
And,
I needed to get it out of my system.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, no. Are we not being honest with the audience? Oh, okay, yeah.
So, yeah, then you came back and said, I want to have babies with you.
I did tell you that, huh?
That was the first thing you said.
Yeah. And then I rethought it, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to do that.
Wow.
And then now, like, yeah. So, I mean, I've had time for a while growing up. So my dad wasn't around. I don't know if I've shared this with you guys. My dad wasn't around. I don't know him very well. I want to say maybe if I tell you guys that I've seen him knowingly, at least, that I have memories. If I've seen him like 5 times, ever since I was maybe past 10, I would say I've only seen him about 5 times, maybe 6. I could be lying to you, but I think that's how many times I've seen him. I haven't wanted to see him because he hasn't been around. You know, he left. And I'm not necessarily angry about that anymore. For the longest time, I was super angry with him. Did you guys ever watch the episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when his dad comes into town and he tells him, oh, we're going to go off and we're going to, you know, you're going to go on the road with me. And then Will tells Uncle Phil, like, oh, I'm going to go with my dad. And Uncle Phil's like, but maybe not. Oh, because Will's dad comes in and goes, hey, can you tell Will that I'm not going to take him after all because some stuff came up. And then Uncle Phil lays into the dad, and he's like, whatever. Then he leaves, and then Will comes in, like, excited, like, Uncle Phil, I'm going to go. And then Uncle Phil says something, if I remember correctly, to Will, and he's just like, you just don't like him. And then Will's waiting around, and his dad never shows up. And then he starts talking to Uncle Phil, and then he starts breaking down. Did you ever see that episode?
Yeah. It's heavy.
Very heavy episode. Very powerful. I remember watching that for the first time, and as a kid, I was watching it, and I was bawling my eyes out because I thought, oh my God, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air knows. Like, there was times where my dad would tell us, not just me, Greg and Carrie as well. I'm getting a little teary-eyed just thinking about it.
Well, you know, you've been through a lot.
There was times where he would tell us, like, oh, I'm gonna pick you guys up. Or my mom would tell us that. And for a while I believed him as a kid. And then as I got older, I was like, that motherfucker's never coming. Carrie would always hold on to, you know, like, oh, he's coming. I was like, no, he's not. And I was always right. Not because I knew more than anybody. I just realized that there was a pattern. He would say, oh, I'm coming. And then he'd end up getting drunk somewhere. Then he would just never show up. So I remember watching that episode. And every time that episode comes on, I would cry. Even now, like, I won't bawl my eyes out, but I'll still cry because I remember the pain. I remember that hurt. But I don't feel the same way about, maybe 2 years ago is when we saw him?
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
We sat down at my mom's house and we were talking, and he started with I'm sorry that I wasn't around, and he starts crying, and I just told him, hey man, you don't need to cry. Like, I don't need that bullshit. I don't need an apology, which I don't. I told him, I don't know how it is to have kids. I don't know why you ran out. I don't know, and I really don't care. You felt like you needed to do that at the time. Like you felt that that was best for you, and that's fine. So I mean, I gave my number. He texts me from time to time, which is odd because he'll tell me, you know, I love you. I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know what to say to that because I mean, he's still a stranger to me. I'm not gonna tell him, oh, I love you now just because we had a talk. Fuck that. One time, I think I told you one time he texted me when we were here, living in Vegas. He said like, oh, you don't text me as much, and you know, I love you. And I replied to him. I said, you're the one that left, motherfucker, not me. You had your chance. What the fuck? You want me just to keep reaching out to you, huh? And then he didn't reply at all. He didn't reply for a while, for like 4 months.
Wow.
And then like I wanted to be super petty. I wanted to be like petty like Tone and be like, oh, what? You can't say shit? Like you left again? Ha 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 ha. I was like, nah. But that was one of the biggest driving forces of me not wanting to have kids. Because I mean, I've told my friends, I've told Allie, I've said, you know, when I've had conversations with them, I've said, I don't want to run out on my kid. And I've always had that fear that I was going to, that I am. It's like one of those intrusive thoughts. You know, like sometimes when I'm in, like if there's a balcony, let's say at a hotel room, or even here, we have a balcony here. And, you know, we're only on the second floor, but still. Like sometimes I'll think like, what if I jump off? And I go, why would I jump off? And then I start freaking out a little bit inside and I go, am I going to jump off? Like, am I unknowingly going to jump off? Fucking hate that shit. Like anywhere tall that, or anywhere high that I've been, I just like look over and I go, fuck, that's far. And I go, what if I were to jump? And I go, why would I jump? Then I kind of have this like little panic attack.
Oh.
Have I never told you that?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever told anybody that. Surprise. But that's an intrusive thought. And, you know, running out on my kid, I've always thought of that. But I'd want, I mean, I want to be around. I want to see the baby, you know, with my nephews, Daniel, Jason, even with my cousins, right? That would be my cousins.
Yeah.
With my cousins, our friends' kids. You know, I you know, I'm not always around, obviously, because they're not my kids. I feel like I was around Daniel and Jason a lot because they're family, and you know, I was living with my mom at the time when Carrie had Daniel, and then Greg would come out a lot and spend, you know, weekends with me and Allie in Hermosa Beach with Jason, and we loved that. Yes?
But don't you think it hit you harder that you don't want to be like your dad because he ended up having like another family?
No. Has nothing to do with my
Right,
decision.
he does, though, huh?
Yes, my biological father has another family, but that I didn't see that when my mom told me that. Like there was nothing inside me. I was like, fuck that guy, fuck him and his other family. No, I mean, to be honest with you, I thought, okay, cool. Like at least he stuck around for somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know them. I've never met them. I don't have any feeling or want to meet them. Just you know, they're strangers. That's really it. Like I'm like, okay, cool. Like I don't just randomly start talking to strangers. Tell me about your fucking life. I mean, I kind of do, but not. I don't know. I don't want to. Like it's cool, you know, whatever. But yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm mostly excited. I'm excited to see what the baby's gonna look like.
Yeah.
Is what I'm excited for. And if it's ugly, obviously it's Allie's fault because she does when I was doing my thing, I was like, the loving and the beautifulness.
Oh, really?
So now that she's making it and kneading it and doing that, she's the one. So if it's ugly, it's the woman's fault, right?
No.
Yes. See, she just said yeah.
No.
Because the woman can manipulate that or something. She's like, you didn't rub my back enough. I'm gonna make it ugly. Right? Yeah, that's how it works.
Nope.
I think the doctor actually told me that. Yeah, and then this week we're gonna find out, or next week I should say, we're gonna find out the gender of the baby, and then like we told you guys, like I already told you guys, we're gonna have the dog baker do something, and then the boys are gonna eat it, and we're gonna go Instagram live it, so everybody else can see. But I think that'd be kind of cool. Other quick things I want to talk about. I have in my notes that LeBron James is fire. He's really good. I don't know exactly what that note meant, but yeah, I think LeBron James is a great basketball player. So I just want to throw that out there. MLS Cup is tomorrow. NYFC versus Portland in Portland. Allie thinks Portland's gonna win. I thought the same thing, but I told her I'm going with NYFC just so that we're opposite. And NYFC did beat the Revolution, so I guess it would kind of feel slightly better as a fan to know, well, the team that bounced AJ's team out of the playoffs won MLS Cup, so they were good enough to win MLS Cup. So I guess that would soften the blow a little bit, maybe. I don't know. It probably won't. But that's tomorrow, and it's cool because I work tomorrow. I get up to San Francisco at like 11:45. Game's at 12. I'm assuming it's going to start at 12:30. And then I check in at 2, so I can still be watching the game if they, go into extra time or anything. I can just keep pushes at 3, but maybe I can even keep the game on and just kind of look at it. And I know I shouldn't be doing that, but it's MLS Cup, and leave me alone.
Tell them what you wanted me to do.
Allie should switch her trip. She should take my trip tomorrow, and then I should take her trip so that I can enjoy MLS Cup, like watch it and, not have any interruptions. But, she's kind of terrible. And she was like, I'm not going to do that because blah, 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 blah. Whatever. She has a 24-hour layover in Cancun. Ooh. Why can't I have that? It's okay. My next trip, I have a 24-hour layover or I think it's 18-hour layover in Honolulu. So whatever. Anyways. So there's that. I don't know if I've told you. The dogs, we'll have them sit. We have them go down and then roll over. Apollo does it fantastic. The moment he sees a treat, he's like, oh, I'm ready to go. He'll sit, he'll go down, and then he'll even roll over. I don't even have to say shit. And then I have to tell him, wait, hold on. You have to do it when I say. Thanatos, on the other hand, he sits perfectly. He goes down perfectly. And then when it comes to rolling over, he gets to here, and then he stays stuck.
He does.
We have to push him to roll. Even though when you were gone in Indiana, I did it a couple times, and he did a full roll, but it was super slow motion. It was like, he was going like, did he get on his back? And then he just kind of, and then he'd finally do it. Yeah, I don't know why he does that. It's hilarious. Something else in my notes. Why do people say stupid things when they meet celebrities or somebody famous? I've noticed this. I've heard a lot about it from talking to some of my friends. And I've heard other stories of, celebrities, athletes, this, that, whatever. And they, say, yeah, people say, especially when, like, if somebody meets somebody and they go, oh, none of my friends like you, but I do. And for some reason they think that that's a compliment, which it's not. You're telling this person that you admire or that you are a fan of, that, hey, there's people that don't like you, but I do. Like, okay, cool, thanks. What the fuck does that, like, what do you want me to do? Thanks for sticking up for me? That's weird. Or when people meet a celebrity and they go, oh, you're my free pass. I've talked to my husband or I've talked to my wife, and, you know, if I ever met you, I can fuck you. I can have sex with you. Ha ha ha. Like, what do you want that celebrity to say? Like, oh, weird. Yeah, no, I'm married, but yeah, let's go fuck real quick because you have a free pass, obviously. That's the weirdest shit. I've actually been with some of my friends who have their significant other or wife there, and the woman has come up and said, oh, why don't we fuck tonight? And I'm like, what? Very odd. So yeah, if you guys ever meet somebody that you admire, I guess be mindful of what you're telling them, you know? Hey, I admire your work. I think you're great. You know, keep it short and sweet. But I think people say stupid shit because it's like they know they'll never see them again, or they think they'll never have an opportunity ever again in their life to see them, so they have to say everything. Like, oh, my blood type is, I just took a shit this morning. I want to fuck you, and nobody likes you but me, and oh my God, I have the funniest story, which is never really the funniest story. So, yeah, just be mindful about that. And really, that's it. I wanted to keep it short this week because just want to keep it short. Because we're having a baby, and the baby is a chiquito, and I'm going to keep this as a Jesusito.
Do you remember how big baby is right now?
The baby is as big as a bowling ball.
Nope.
No. It's as small as a grain of rice?
Nope.
Fuck. Oh, no, it's the lemon.
Lime.
It's the size and weight of a lime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, guys, thank you very much for always coming back every week. I really appreciate it. Remember, rate, like, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next week.